Alright, we have a game in our hands. This is me versus Terran player, so I'm red color, Zerg playing on left side, and Zerg killer, which is the Terran player, is going in upper right or top. This was quite a weird game. It's actually quite a long one also. That's why I'm already have tuned up the speed, and I will try to follow it through as per usual. This, as you know in the title already, is actually a Friday's Mumble. Mumble about some random stuff which I want to talk about, which I want to mention and whatever. And then just mumble around it about the topic, what I think about the topic, and what's my I don't know, thoughts, opinion, whatever thing. And then yeah, I just mumble, and then background you see the game, and I try to follow the game in the same time. Nevertheless, so as mentioned last Friday's Mumble, I wanted to talk about generalization, and generalization is quite a weird topic. As he actually saw that, okay, as the that's a wall of crazy. As the judgment comes first, then comes the stereotype after the judgment, and then it's the generalization. Those are the three things that we do in our consciousness. I don't know if we are actually paying attention to them or not. What's the situation? But yeah, there is such a thing in the middle after all. What do I mean by generalization? By generalization, I mean the fact that when we split up the people, yeah, we judge like, okay, this guy is like this. Then we put a stereotype on him, like, okay, he's a nerd. And then we are like doing the generalization, which is, okay, all nerds are like this. He likes anime, he likes, I don't know, some weird music, video games, streams, lores, some Weibo stuff, and so on and so on, right? Then again, if we generalize, we are saying that everyone who is fit to a certain stereotype actually are the same, or are fitting to this group of people. But that's a bad habit, because there always is like one who isn't that way. Yeah, he might be nerd, but he's nerd differently. It's not one. There is actually all kinds of nerds, as I have found out. They depend on community and how much they deal with the stuff, or how they deal with their life. Yeah, some are like nerds who like lore for games, some who like just playing games, and same time they don't have like anything else. There are some nerds which are going into, I don't know, into tech stuff. Yeah, they are putting together computers, they are fixing the little parts of the PCs, and so on and so forth. So there is a lot of kinds and a lot of ways actually which one or the another person can be counted into, but nevertheless not all of them are the same. They are different in their own kind, and that's the biggest point. So we shouldn't put like one person to like generalize him in attaching the same bunch as, I don't know, the other, and say, okay, he's like this because fit of the stereotype and yada yada. While actually, meanwhile, there is a lot of kinds of certain people in that one stereotype. It's same like, for example, in country, right? Like Latvia, we have like 4 regions. Actually, each region have their own Latvian accent. I believe that's the same in a lot of other countries. So as we have like different accents and that sort of thing, we are talking a bit differently. So even in between ourselves, we sometimes have hard to understand each other, because well, the accent is so strong that some words are so like unrecognized that it's just crazy. So the point is, don't generalize. Don't say, okay, this guy is like this. That's why we attach him to that pile of people, and the things are great now, right? And so we know his abilities, his skills, what he likes, and yada yada. Which is not true, because obviously, well, we are not actually sure that that's what that person actually is like, and that applies to a lot of things, a lot of stuff, and that's also like bad habit that we shouldn't do. I'm trying to avoid it, but I see that there are a lot of people who are actually generalizing due to actually there being a war, because now there is white and black side, right? It's right and wrong side. I agree to a certain point, but still you have to understand that there still is some sort of middle ground. Then comes another issue, and suddenly there people are like, okay, we just did split everything in good and bad. We have those two sides. That's what we generalize. That's the two polar things, right? But there is nothing in the middle. Well, actually, we don't know the context of the situation. Okay, if we talk about Ukraine stuff, then it's obvious which is good and which is bad. Bad is the Russians. Sorry, that's how it is. But when we talk about like Israel and Gaza, then there is a mix of things, and we cannot like go polarized in that kind of stuff. There are people who do the right thing, there are people who do the wrong thing. And it's been also actually in Ukraine, if we think about it, because some people are just abusing the corruption and everything else, right? I just don't want to dive super deep into politics. I could be doing that if you want to hear me doing that, but I will mess up probably, because my assumptions and my opinions in that sphere is just a little bit off, let's say it like that. So yeah, don't generalize, just avoid that. Try to catch yourself into these kinds of things, and just be inclusive once again, and be ready for anything, open to anything, because well, people are people and they're different. Yeah, there you go. Have a nice Friday, have a nice weekend. See you next week.